I tried my hardest to get it past this box situation for 107 Hoover. You know what I'm saying? I tried to get past it. It's not getting past me. So somebody today dropped the little funds in my account and said, man, just talk about it and just be as much respectful as possible. You know what I'm saying? And I am. I'm a respectful person. So, box, getting unalive. Was it a setup or was it revenge? Let's get into it right here, right now on the ODM Slim Show. Let's go, people. So, man. So if y'all already know, y'all already heard what's going on, so y'all have to explain it. Mr. Box, he go by Killer Block Box. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He was unalive. Bank 107 Hoover. You know what I'm saying? I done been in the field with brother. You know what I'm saying? Multiple different times. So that's why I don't speak on, because we have real, you know what I'm saying, interactions. So I'm gonna be, this is as respectful as hell as possible. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be no disrespect person, because I move at a different rap place in my life. You know what I'm saying? So bear with me. But bro was unalived, and we don't know if it's revenge or if it was a setup. So I'm gonna get to these two videos and we're gonna see what's going on. Y'all let me know what y'all think, because I really don't have no input. You know what I'm saying? But I would like to hear what's going on. So let's go.
Hey, sir. I ain't afraid. Not my brother. He's not my brother. So it's not my brother.
Now that's when he was, you know what I'm saying? That's when he had his little, he got his head. That's the one, like this box we know. Down here. Now you'll see another picture, you'll see lost weight like that and all the things, but yeah.
The investigation started just after 1 this morning, but homicide detectives at the LA County Sheriff's Office made it clear early on they had a lot of work to do.
Not my brother. He's not my brother. So it's not my brother.
Now I want to tell you that part there, that's the tragic part, bro. When we out here really thugging, bro, and we don't even care about or think about our family. You know what I'm saying? That just keep that time that I hear that it's my brother. It hurt my heart, bro. That part hurt my heart, because other people attached to us be innocent and love us for being who we is to them. You know what I'm saying? So, man.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about Killer Clock, aka Box from 107 Hoover, and we're going to break down how he was just murdered last night. But let's dive into it. Now, like we said, Killer Clock would be from 107 Hoover, aka the Salos, and he was one of the most reputable members from 107 Hoover. And one of the things he was known for was being involved in them.
All right, now, he is a rep, got a name. He got a name over there, bro, but most reputable is Wild. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, Pork, rest in peace, Pork, man. But there's a couple men over there. They got Sonny over there, man. Hold on, bro. Don't just say this most. You know what I'm saying? But he has a name, a chunky name. He's had a big name over there.
Murder of KP from the Rolling Hunnits, and we previously made a video about KP. But for those that didn't watch it, KP was killed in July of 2015. But a year after the murder of KP, Killer Clock and 4 other 107 Hoover members were arrested on September 15th of 2016. They all sat in the county jail for about 5 years, but on October 29th of 2021, Killer Clock and his other co-defendants would take a plea deal of voluntary manslaughter. And on that same day of October 29th of 2021, they would sentence him to 12 years in the state prison. He then sat in prison for about 4 years, but he was released on June 17th of 2025. He was released on that day after having a total credit of 3,195 days, plus 280 days of good time. But sadly, a year after his release, Killer Clock was just recently murdered, and he was shot and killed on July 10th of 2026. The shooting happened on 102nd and South Vermont Ave, and the call came in around 12:30 in the morning. It would take paramedics 19 minutes to arrive to the scene, but when they arrived, they would say that Killer Clock was unresponsive. Witnesses reported hearing multiple gunshots and seeing one male fleeing from the scene. And they would say that a white van might be connected to the incident, and it was seen driving northbound. They would then later say that a white Chrysler may be connected to the shooting. And this would be the last picture that Killer Clock posted, and as you can see at the bottom in the highlight, it would say 14 hours ago, which means this was posted about 1 to 2 hours before he was murdered. But 102nd in Vermont would be the heart of the 107 Hoovers, and as you can see to the left, they share a border with the Block Crips, and to the right they share a border with the Denver Lane Bloods. And just 8 months ago, there was a triple shooting in that same exact spot, and that shooting happened on November 1st of 2025. And almost the same exact thing would happen. The shooting happened on 102nd in Vermont.
I remember that shooting. I think it's the same time when Baby Huey, when after Baby Huey, remember? And then I think that right after Baby Huey, the 102nd Vermont was shot up. I remember that.
At the same exact time, 12:40 in the morning, and there was one shooter. But like we said, in this shooting, 3 people were hit, but they all survived.
Bullets went flying at around 12:45 morning. 3 people taken to the hospital, and we're working to find out how they're doing this morning. The LA Sheriff's Department says a white Tesla was seen driving away from the scene.
But there would be a couple of rumors going around. Some would say that this might be retaliation for KP, and others are saying that this was a backdoor. But the first person I seen to post about this would be West Coast Gang Wars. And there was a comment left on that picture. And this person right here would be KP's mother. But I'm going to blur her name out and her picture just for privacy. And as you can see, she would say, "This must be a dream come true." And this right here would be a previous post of hers on.
Now, shout out moms, bro. I ain't gonna lie. She, you know what I'm saying? She been through a lot, man. Shout out to moms and stuff. Now, I don't want to do all that. But yeah, she been through a lot, bro. She lost her son. So, of course, anybody that's connected to KP, that really know KP, because KP was a loving soul. Like, he a squabbler, all that type of, you know what I'm saying? Wah, and he'd do all that. But KP was a loving soul. You know what I'm saying? Some of us like, man, it's other terrorists out there that, you know what I'm saying, that could have ran up on and stuff could happen. But it is what it is when it comes to gang members and gangbanging. We just talked in the last video about being young squabbling, being older squabbling, and all the things. It is what it is.
Facebook, and as you can see, she would post about KP. And Gino 5 from the Rolling 60s would post a picture of KP on his story. And even though Killer Clock was from 107 Hoover, he had connections to the neighborhoods. Because his dad was Banker T from the Rolling 60s, and his cousin would be Dark Villain from the Rolling 40s. But people...
Yeah, that's Dark Villain, that's my boy, man. Look, Dark Villain, my boy, man. You know J Hood gonna be groupie ass, gonna come in popping.
Like J Hood from No Jumper would also post about him. But like we said, as of right now, there's mixed rumors going around, with some saying it's retaliation and some saying it's a backdoor. And this would be a post today from somebody on the story saying these people would groove a homie before they groove a op.
Well, I say July 7th, all right, so they would groove a homie before they groove a op. This kind of show snake, you know what I'm saying, mentality on game.
The snake emoji.
I'm not faking it, homie. Telling y'all, man, this shit is janky, bro. Janky. Listen, niggas out here broke. They cashing niggas out for lokes to get smoked. That's my theory. I wouldn't put it past nobody no more. Telling you, bro, niggas gotta. This shit just ain't right, y'all. You can tell, bro. This shit just feel wrong. Man, homie. Man.
And Tunchi 5 from the Rolling Hundreds would post a Backdoor by Little Durk song with the smoke emoji. But that right there is going to wrap it up for the story of Killer Clock, aka Box from one.
Okay, so now, because I don't want to be doing multiple videos and back-to-back videos and all that, I want to get out the way once and only, you know what I'm saying? So, they brought the surveillance out of what happened. Mind you, this area right here, I'm going to tell you, so it's 10 Trey hard time hustler hood, really. It's not really, it's Hoover hood. Everybody, well, that's the Hoover hood. It's really 10 Trey hard time hustler, and they clicked up with the Hoovers type. You know what I'm saying? These are the hard times that click with the Hoovers. You know what I'm saying? We got 10-4 that kick with the homies, 8-8 kick with the homies. You know what I'm saying? They got the 10 Treys that kick with the Hoovers. Straight up. Hard times. So this is supposed to be their section type stuff, right? But the Hoover's going to be down there. It's a mixed pot and a lot of stuff going on. Let's get it. Oh, that's cold, brother. Oh, that's cold.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about Killer Clock, aka Box from 107 Hoover. We're going to break down some more facts about his murder, and we also got a copy of the video of the shooting, but let's dive right into it. Now, at first, there was news articles going around that the shooting happened on Vermont in 102nd at 12:30 in the morning. But the shooting actually happened at 7-Eleven on the corner of Century and Vermont Ave. And after—
oh, shoot. That's a whole different spot. I just went to get some coffee there this morning. I just got some coffee right there this morning, brother. That is crazy work. I just got some coffee over there this morning.
The shooting, Killer Clock would run down to 102nd in Vermont, and that's where they would find his body. He was pronounced dead on the scene, and his cause of death was a gunshot wound to the back. And this right here would be the 7-Eleven where the shooting took place, and this would also be in the heart of the 107 Hoovers. And as you can see, 2 streets away would be 102nd. And this right here would be surveillance video of what transpired that night. And as you can see in the top left-hand corner, it would say July 10th of 2026. And the time of this was 12:21 in the morning. Now pay attention to the top of the screen. As you can see, somebody would be entering the parking lot wearing gray shorts and a black hoodie. And this right here would be the shooter. And Killer Clock would be inside of that van in the last parking spot that you see with the back door open and the lights on the side. But as you can see, the shooter would stand on the curb across from the parking spots. And now the vehicle that was parked on the side of Killer Clock's van would be reversing. The killer would then step off the curb and stand in the middle of the parking lot. And as you can see, he would have his back towards the vehicle and he would just be standing there. And if you look in between the red Jeep and the burgundy Chrysler, you can see that somebody with a bald head would be talking to him. Now pay attention to the van that Killer Clock was in. As you can see, the LED lights would be on and then they would be shut off. The shooter then took a few steps towards the people in the red Jeep, and the vehicle that was stopped behind him would leave. But now if you look at the van that Killer Clock was in, you can see that somebody that was wearing white would be standing in the back. And then if you look at the door, somebody would pop their head out, and that would be Killer Clock.
Oh, dang, he hanging right there. So it gotta be somebody. Oh my God, they know this person, bro.
Right there. And you can see him leaning at the top of the van and at the top of the door. But now we're gonna rewind it a little bit so you can pay attention to the people in front of the store. Now, as you can see, the 2 people in front of the store.
So they talking to the man. Look, I'm gonna let this go ahead and play out, bro, because I'm gonna kill it off this, bro. This is crazy.
Store would be talking to each other, and the dude in the burgundy wouldn't be looking towards the shooter. And as you can see right here at this point is when Killer Clock would stick his head out the van. And right after he did that, you can see the dude in the burgundy in front of the store look at the van towards Killer Clock. And the shooter also looks towards Killer Clock. There would be no audio for this video, but the way that the dude in front of the store and the shooter both looked at the same time, and they both looked the same direction that Killer Clock was in, I think it's safe to assume that Killer Clock might have said something. And the shooter would turn around and then walk towards the van and run at Killer Clock and the person standing at the back of the van. Killer Clock jumped out of the van and tried to run, but as you can see, the shooter would chase him. And the dude that was standing with Killer Clock would jump into the back of the van. And after 10 seconds, you can see the shooter come back into the frame and run past the cameras. But if you notice, he's running the opposite way from the way he entered. Don't forget that he walked in from Vermont, and after the shooting, he ran away towards Century. And as you can see, compared to the Jeep, the shooter would be kind of short. He would have a ski mask and a hoodie, but as you can see from his legs, he would be light-skinned. And after the shooting, Killer Clock ran down Vermont and ran down to 102nd. But now we're going to zoom in on the van that Killer Clock was in, and this would be a distinct van. As you can see, it would be wrapped with a graphic, and it would have LED lights on the outside. And it was known that Killer Clock was always in this van. But the weird thing about it is the shooter didn't approach the van at first, and he approached it after Killer Clock popped his head out. And technically, he wasn't even paying attention to the van, and he had his back technically towards the van. But my assumption would be that he didn't even know Killer Clock was there. Because why would you have your back towards a van that a known shooter's in? And most of his attention is on the bald dude in between the Jeep and the red Chrysler. But now I'm going to play the video with no commentary, straight through so you guys can see it. Then after that, we're going to break down the parking lot, the cameras, and the alleyways around there. And this right here would be where the shooter entered on Vermont, and to the left would be where Killer Clock in the van was parked. But like we said, after he shot him running towards Vermont, the shooter would turn around and run towards Century. But one thing I noticed is there's the alleyway behind 7-Eleven, and it would run from Century Boulevard to 101st Street, and 101st would connect to Vermont, which is where the shooter entered from. So it's possible that the shooter had a getaway driver in that alleyway, considering that would be a perfect lap around the store without anybody seeing a vehicle. But Killer Clock was shot one time in his back, and he would run down 2 blocks to 102nd Street like we said. The shooting really happened at 12:22 in the morning, but ambulance responded at 12:49. And a cold twist of the story is that Killer Clock passed away on July 10th of 2026 on a Friday at 12:49. And KP from the Rollin' Hunnets passed away July 17th of 2015, and that was also a Friday. And KP was shot around 12:45 in the morning, and they were both chased down by their shooters. But Killer Clock was the left-handed shooter on the KP case. But by saying that, I'm not saying that these cases are related, because I think it's safe to say that if they were hunting him, they probably would have approached the van right away and opened fire right away, or had multiple shooters. And by the shooter approaching the other people wearing a ski mask and a hoodie, it just alerts Killer Clock that somebody's in the parking lot with a ski mask and a hoodie, which would give Killer Clock the upper hand, because as you can see, he popped his head out, and the shooter didn't even know until he said something. And that's when everybody in the parking lot looked towards the van. But my guess would be that Killer Clock didn't have a gun on him that night, and that the shooter was probably in the parking lot tripping on the older people, and he was probably just looking for any Hoover and happened to run into Killer Clock. Because like we said, there was no audio, so we don't know what was exchanged between the shooter and the dude in between the Jeep. The dude in between the Jeep could have said he didn't bang. But let me know what you guys think in the comments on what you think transpired that night. And like we said, we're going to keep you guys updated if any arrests come. But that right there is going to wrap it up for this video, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Comment, like, and subscribe.
So there y'all have it, man. Box, Unalived. What y'all think? What y'all understand, man? Is it retaliation? Is it set up? Who would buy to get y'all? Y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. It's about y'all. Hype, comment, subscribe. I did it for y'all. Appreciate it, bro, for sending in the 50 for the reaction. I really needed that, bro. So I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I needed that. But yeah, man, I got y'all, man. Some stuff I don't like to talk about because it be close to home. It be certain stuff that be happening. And I like to talk because I don't really feel like I want to give no bad juju out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on some whole different stuff. But again, like, comment, subscribe, hype video up, do all the things. I'm out of here, man. It's your boy ODM Slim. I'm gone. What's the deal? It's your boy ODM Slim. You know what time it is, man. MummyDust.com, man. Mummy Dust, man. You see the gear, man. Fly as hell. When you see ODM, you see Mummy Dust. That's the only thing I'm wearing from here on out. You'll see all my type of, you know what I'm saying, custom-made stuff. MummyDust.com. Promo code ODM Slim, man. Get your 15% off all Mummy Dust gear. We going crazy, man. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is tap in, like the shirt, see the size you want, and get the shirts. No problem. Send them off. You see some ODM wearing. You want that? It probably cost you a little more. But listen, go check it out. MummyDust.com, man. It's your boy, ODM Slim, man. I'm telling you. We got the flyest there is. It's us. Who fly to us? You let me know. You know what I'm saying? MummyDust.com. Mummy Dust with an I, not a Y. So if you want to be fly, Mummy Dust with an I. Straight up. Straight up. Mummy Dust with an I if you want to be fly. Either way it goes, it's Mummy Dust with an I. Get y'all merch. Let me know what's going on. A promo code ODM Slim. We going crazy. Let's go.